Ground ball. McLean, second. 12 in a row. The oldest team in professional baseball has its 5th ever winning streak of a dozen straight.
Our job every day is to try to kick somebody's ass. I mean, that's why we're here.
That is caught. Left center. Reds win.
And this ball is launched high and very deep to right, long gone. It's second of the night. Elly De La Cruz.
Short lead for Pena. Larkin, do you believe this? That's going to be gone. Back to back. Walk-off home runs. How about this? He's back. He's back. He's back.
And a swing and a drive. Deep left field. This one belongs to the Reds. Swung on and hit deep to left field. That ball is going to be gone. Home run. And the Reds put it 5-4.
Goes to second one. Around the first. Got a double play. And the Reds sweep the Cubs. Breaking ball. Hit high. Hit deep. Way back there. And gone. Into the second deck and left. Christian Encarnacion Strand walks it off.
Archer does it in his major league debut. He gets the final 3 outs, and the Reds get an extra inning win. A thriller 5-4.
Swung on. Fly ball. Hit to deep right field. That ball is going to be gone. A grand slam home run by Mike Cameron.
2 outs, 2 on. Reds down by 1. Larkin down the line. This will win it. This will win it. Here comes Tucker. Here comes Steins. Larkin's won the game. Barry Larkin gets mobbed. Look at this scene. It's synergy.
The stretch, the pause in the pitch, and a line drive, base hit left center field. A single for Aaron Boone, and this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won 8 in a row.
Kobayashi with a long look turns it loose, and Dunn hits it to deep right. It's all over, and this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won their 5th game in a row. They've defeated the Cleveland Indians on an Adam Dunn 3-run home run, 4-2. In on the corners at first and third. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Royce Ring pitching, no bunt. Ground ball by the third baseman into left field. Jay Bruce rounds third, and this one belongs to the Reds.
That's hit pretty good. Guess what? He doesn't need speed. That's gone. He's the king of the Queen City tonight.
With 1 out here in the 11th inning, you sure got to go now.
1 out, pull down the left field line. That ball is going to get the winning run in. Here comes Jay Bruce rounding third, heading toward the plate, and this one belongs to the Reds.
Huge situation for Votto. Why you paying the big bucks to deliver the goods with 2 outs in the 9th inning? Can he do it? In the gap, right center field, and Votto delivers the goods.
Hit deep center field. And Gil going back at the warning track. Oh, it's gone. Joey Votto is delivered.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Chatterbox Reds pregame show for April 1st, 2025. Tonight we got game 2 of a 3-game set between the Reds and the Rangers, where the Reds are going to go for their first series win of the year. I am Sam Keithley, and I'm joined here with Alex Wallace. What's going on, Alex?
Sam, I'm still on the cloud 9 of last night's win. Big time win last night, big time offense, and a huge game from our number 1 player, maybe number 1 player ever, Elly De La Cruz.
Yes, I love to hear it. Great game last night. They're going to look to follow it up tonight. And here, as you see, Ricky, a Chatterbox pregame, he did last night's show, and he says, likes or we're all fired. And I agree. I don't want Nick Kirby to fire me or Alex, so please hit the like button if you are watching. But yeah, so just to get into the pregame show, like Mike and Ricky said last night, it's just a pregame show every night. They covered last night. They did a great job. Hunter and Max are going to do Thursday's game. Tomorrow's a day game, so there will not be one. But yeah, we're all super excited. I know I can speak on behalf of both of us. We're super pumped to be doing this. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, getting into the game tonight, like I said, game 2 of 3 between the Reds and the Rangers. We had a great win last night. So, Alex, you want to recap a little bit of that?
Yeah, just give a couple pieces of just notes I took last time I was watching the game. Brady Singer, by far, and I said this prior to the season starting, he was going to be the top offseason acquisition. The return for Jonathan India, he was going to help this rotation not only eat innings, but with some changes he made over the offseason, he could be our number 2 starter behind Hunter Green. The other piece that I'm following is Matt McClain's power. 3 in a row last night, could go for 4 in a row home runs tonight. The power to left, I'm almost thinking, Sam, they need to rename the left field stands after Matt McClain. Do a Matt McClain promotion. He's out there. All his home runs hit out to the left field deck. Other than that, there is no one else in Cincinnati a bigger fan of the torpedo bats than myself. You let Elly hit with those the rest of the year, I think he's hitting 50 home runs. Sam, what do you think?
50 is a bold statement, but hey, he's got 2 with the torpedo bat so far. So, I don't hate it. I'd like to see some more of the Reds use this. I know Trevino's been using it for a little bit. So, hey, I love it. But I really like what you said about Singer. I know we've both talked about it a little bit, how he can kind of be the anchor of the rotation. And, he did just that last night. He went 7, getting up just 1 hit. I know the broadcast said he's the first Reds debut to go 7 since Tom Seaver. So whenever you're in that company, you're doing something good. But, yeah, great game last night. McClain going for 4 home runs tonight. Honestly, I like it. He's been swinging the bat really well, but I'm pumped to see what he can do. Getting into the lineup tonight, the top 5 looks similar to or kind of what we expected with Friedel, McClain, De La Cruz, Lux, and Candelario. But that 6 through 9 looks a little unexpected. What do you think about the lineup tonight?
With the CES being down last night due to the wrist, being hit on the wrist, I think this is what they had to do. Personally, I think they're in a tough spot with Spencer Steer being down, though I prefer him being up DHing when he can. I prefer that than him being on the IL for the time being. Now, Hayes comes back, we'll see. But Blake Dunn and Jacob Hurtubise, who's not in the lineup, obviously, but Blake Dunn needs something to prove to me a little bit. He's got a lot of speed, which is great. Maybe we can get some more stolen bases tonight against Heim, but he needs to hit because Jake Fraley is not hitting. That's the biggest hole I see right here is Fraley not hitting the ball. You would actually think Austin Wynns would be a hole in the lineup. No, he hit a home run. Fraley hasn't hit a home run since I feel like 2023. So I think that's really where I'm at with the lineup. We have some problems at the back half, of course. Some we just don't know their potential. Fraley, to me, is teetering on, does he get sent down when we call up Will Benson and or Reese Hines? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing about Fraley there. Benton and Hines have both been just crushing the ball in AAA. He's got to perform a little bit. He got his first hit last night, which is great to see. But then the main thing that kind of stuck out to me was, like you said, Blake Dunn. You've got Hurtubise on the bench too. With what you got, it seems like Tito would have gone with that, but he decided to go with Blake Dunn tonight, which I don't hate it. It's a Tuesday game in April. It's not the end of the world. I kind of see this as a prove-it game for Dunn. If he can go out there and put up some quality ABs, I think that can go a long way for him. But I saw that earlier, going back to CES, Charlie Goldsmith did put out that he could be available off the bench tonight, which is a very good news. His injury last year, similar to what happened last night, put him out the whole year, also against the Rangers. Don't know if that's a coincidence or if they're just throwing at CES. But yeah, CES off the bench, you'd hope to get him back quickly to kind of boost this lineup. He's been swinging the bat well, but yeah, lineup 6 through 9, you're going to need some quality at bats out of them to turn the lineup over, get runners on base for Friedel, McClain, De La Cruz. But yeah, going to need some good innings out of Spires tonight to kind of.
That's exactly right. I think you said it, and we'll wrap up here. You turn around the lineup, then you're able to get the guys who can knock them in. Back, aging myself a tad, back with the prior winning time we had, 2010, 11, 12, 13. Forget about 11. That was a forgotten year. 10, 12, 13. There was 4 guys a night who you could count on. That was Votto, Bruce, Phillips, and it was Ludwig, Frazier, and or Roland, depending on the time of year. This year, we have Friedel, McLean, Elly. Is it Lux stepping up? Is it Candelario stepping up with CES day-to-day? Hopefully back soon. We need 4 guys to step up at minimum with that 5th rotation guy, and we know we have 3.
Yeah, I fully agree. You need the top of the order to produce, and something that I've seen the chat a little bit about, Spencer Steer needs to come back. That's something that's a little bit difficult right now because I think there's no doubt he's playing injured a little bit. That's why we see Dunn in the lineup here playing left, because obviously he can't throw right now. Steer can't. So he's got to be DH. What do you think about what's going on with Spencer Steer right now?
So I think Steer is doing better. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have looked at baseballsavant.com. Some of that I know how to read, some I don't. What I do know, and confirmed with Bryce Spalding, friend of the shows of Chatterbox on X last night, that his bat speed is back to where it was last year. So the first weekend against the Giants, it was about 10 miles per hour off. Now it is back to where it was last year. So that's a good sign for me. Some of the comments he's made to Charlie Goldsmith, from Dayton Daily News, very concerning about him having to relearn how to throw. Is he also relearning how to swing? A lot of factors there. I'm obviously cautiously optimistic, as they would say.
Yeah, the reports that came out of there were definitely concerning. Never want to hear a guy relearning how to throw. That's kind of as easy as it gets in baseball, but it's a finicky injury. Hopefully he gets back soon, but until then, I think Tito's going to kind of take it easy on him in the lineup. Definitely not every day, but yeah, you really need Steer back healthy. He can kind of anchor that lineup.
Absolutely.
What do you say we get into the pitching matchup tonight? Carson Spires and Nathan Eovaldi.
Yeah, more of a National League guy. Evaldi's been with the Red Sox for a while, back and forth, depending. Hasn't been in the Central that I remember, so haven't seen a ton of him. I know he's been done well in his career. Very small sample size against the Reds and their players currently. But the Reds can hit him. And I'm sold on Matt McLean coming in hot and Elly being hot. We also know that if we can get to them halfway early, their bullpen's already been used up last night. Yeah. That's great for us. Getting Rocker out early last night could help us tonight with getting to back half of their bullpen, or guys who pitched last night. They have no choice. They have to use them. So Eovaldi has had a good career. I know you mentioned earlier when we were prepping that he had a good start the first weekend of the year, but he hasn't faced Elly De La Cruz yet. He hasn't faced Matt McLean yet, and Gavin Lux and the rest of the crew. So I'm hopeful. Carson Spires, I'd like him to do what he did last part of last year. I think he's a very solid arm. I don't think he's going to really fool anybody. But we'll see. We also know that Andrew Abbott's on a rehab assignment today. Is he going to take Carson Spires' spot no matter how well he does? Or if Spires goes out there and shoves tonight, is there a chance that he sticks around, or does he get put back to the bullpen where they might need some help? So I'm hopeful. So what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, with Abbott going on the rehab assignment, I think that's going to basically decide Spires' future with the Reds. He got sent to Louisville today, likely going to start next couple of days for Louisville. Hopefully he does well. I think a good pitching competition would be great for the ball club. If both Spires and Abbott are going well, it's a good problem to have. Spires hasn't faced any Rangers, so you don't have anything to go off based of there, but I think he's good. I think if he can command the zone early, get off to a good start, I think he can do just eat some innings for the Reds tonight. Give us 5 or 6. We got a healthy bullpen, so I think Spires can give us something good tonight. Hopefully, prove something that hey, he can be the fifth guy in this rotation with a healthy Abbott. Going back to Eovaldi, he's a right-handed pitcher, so you'd hope the Reds can hit him. Lefties are kind of what the Reds have been. That the lefty lineup is definitely shaky, to say the least, for the Reds. So you'd hope Elly, hitting on the left side. That's great to see. Eovaldi's got 5 pitches. He's a majority 4-seam curve guy, so you're going to see a lot of that. His first start, like you mentioned earlier, he went 6, giving up 3 hits, 9 strikeouts with 2 earned runs. So he's a guy who's won 2 World Series already. He's a veteran pitcher. You're going to see a lot of pitches from him. He's going to command the zone. I think the Reds are going to have to get to him early. Like you said, the bullpen for the Rangers has been depleted after scoring 14 runs last night. That's the Reds. It's the complete opposite with the Reds. They've got a completely available bullpen. So I like the pitching matchup tonight. You got a young Spires going up against a veteran Eovaldi. Should be exciting. And then the bullpen availability, like I mentioned, only Mole and Suter went last night. So, Alex, who do you expect might get the nod from Tito tonight?
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to have any high leverage innings. That's number one. And those will be mixed in throughout the year, like last night, of course. But I think we've already seen it. Santillan is his guy in a tough spot, middle of the lineup early on, 6, 7, 8 inning. And then you got Pagan seems to be taking over as the closer, which, they paid him a lot of money last year. So he was hurt, I believe, majority of last year, if not all of last year, when he struggled. He's back. He's going to be their closer for the time being. I think Ashcraft has a side there, could be involved. And then, like I said earlier, Santillan seems to be the guy that Tito wants to really focus on.
Yeah, I think Santillan's a really good 8th inning guy. He can set up the 9th. He's been great this year. He's been commanding the zone. You've seen his fastball up there around 97, 98. I'm huge on Santillan. I'd also like to see Ashcraft pitch, like you said. With that cutter, you see it all the time with Clase A, the power cutter. I'm not saying he's going to be anything like Emmanuel Clase, but whenever I see a 99-mile-per-hour cutter, I just think he'd be a great bullpen arm, and that's exactly what the Reds have done with Graham Ashcraft this year, moving him over the bullpen. So I'd love to see him.
One last thing on Ashcraft, and I want to give credit to Nick Kirby on saying it, or maybe it was someone else, but I'll give credit to Nick Kirby. Props to Ashcraft, because he was supposed to, he was our number 3 guy last year. He's even got a bobblehead, for crying out loud. So you knew they liked him. He has that promotion. He was a part of the squad last year, the rotation. Then they said, no. We have Nick Martinez. We have Carson Spires, an undrafted guy. You're not as good. Hey, we're going to put you in the bullpen. And then to come back out and say, he says, the most excited, the most adrenaline I've ever had in a game. I mean, this guy, he's a team guy, and he wants to win. So he's a guy I'm looking forward to have a big year in his new role. Yeah,
credit to Graham Ashcraft being a team player. You love to see it. Both of us have really high expectations for him out of the bullpen, and we're really excited to see what he can do out of there. Now, following that, do you want to look around the NL Central as it stands just about a week into the season?
Yeah, we got a few games under our belt, but we'll look at the standings and see where we are. So we got the Cardinals leading in the first, the Reds second, Cubs, Pirates, and then Brewers. I want to warn anybody that is making fun of the Brewers. The Brewers must win before Thursday.
Yeah.
They
do not want to face a winless Brewers team, because they will sweep us. They will sweep us.
I will never not believe that they are good until they are not good. They have been too good the last 10 years for me to stomp on their grave, say how bad they are. I will not do it. I do believe in a jinx there. They have to win tonight and tomorrow, or we're not looking good this weekend.
Yeah. Even if the Brewers are 0-35 and we play them, I would still be a little bit spooked out.
Now, I do believe that our new manager will squash any sort of they're the Brewers. He'll walk into the clubhouse tomorrow afternoon on the plane, however they do it, and he'll let the boys know that he's not David Bell. David Bell believed that they would lose. Francona doesn't believe that he will lose to the Brewers. I believe that.
Yeah, I love to hear that. And also around the Central, Carson Kelly with a cycle last night. I mean, what's going on there? Backup catcher, hitting a cycle.
Well, to be honest with you, I have not seen the replay.
Mm-hmm.
I know our buddy Reed Mouse is all excited. He's probably ordered his Forever Collectibles bobblehead of Carson Kelly's cycle. But the cycle's only cool when your franchise player does it on a Friday night in a City Connect uniform, and you got John Sadak on the call. Any other time, I'd rather have 4 home runs from Scooter Gennett.
Agreed. Hey, we got a catcher hitting for the cycle last night. Does that mean Austin Wynn's going to do it tonight? I don't know. He had a home run the other day.
Well, I'm a retired gambler,
yep.
And I would not recommend anyone put any money on Austin Wynn's getting a cycle tonight.
I don't know. I can feel it. You heard it here first. Austin Wynn's. For a backup catcher, I like him. He's a good value back, or he's technically a third string right now, or because of Stevenson.
Yep, but, absolutely. I've been saying for years, I used to be a proud owner of a Corky Miller Reds jersey. No longer own that piece of memorabilia, but I was always been a defense catcher's first. You look at the Astros teams that won the World Series, Martin Maldonado couldn't hit a lick, but they had one of the best shortstops like we do. They had offense scattered throughout. I would rather take a defensive catcher over an offensive guy any day of the week. Now, granted, I think Stevenson has done well. He improved last year, but in 2023, I was ready to ship him off. But I'm excited to, bring him back. Obviously, I would take him over Wins. But like you said, having Trevino, who was a great pickup, and Wins, I don't think there's much complaining you can do there for a pinch.
Yeah, and speaking of a defensive first catcher, I think the Reds have shown they value that a lot too, with already extending Jose Trevino, which is just before he even played a game, they extended him. So I think they value that a lot. And you can tell here with Wins and Trevino in the lineup. But yeah, to wrap things up, Alex, any predictions for tonight's game in terms of maybe, I'm not going to say betting, some betting odds, but do you have anything? Maybe
I don't like making predictions, at least right now. I don't want to jinx anything, but I would like to see Matt McLain hit his 4th home run. That would be something fun to see. We'll get on the tail of Votto. Votto had 8. Maybe McLain can match that or get 9. That'd be a fun early season storyline to track. I'd like to see Gavin Lux get a couple more hits. Who I saw Mike Hart put in the chat that Lux is going to have a big season. You're not going to find me having any Gavin Lux slander currently. So I'm looking for McLain to have a big game, Lux to have a big game, and Carson Spires to give us 5 solid. If we can score, the Reds can score 4 or 5 runs, they win the game.
Hey, I love to hear it. I like that Lux pick a lot. I think Candelario, you haven't seen the exit velocity there yet. He's had a couple. Opening day was a good game, 3 RBIs, but I'm going to look for Candelario to kind of show up here and get the middle of the order rolling. I'd like to see some good at-bats out of him. But, yeah, looking forward to a good game. Like you said, if you can get 4 or 5 runs, no more than that, I think we got a good chance of winning this. Hopefully get into the Rangers bullpen early. But, hey, let's go Reds. And first show under the books. Alex, anything else to say?
Go Reds. Go Reds against the Rangers. Go Brewers tonight. I cannot I cannot have them not winning tonight and tomorrow. And then we'll see everybody tonight in the chat with Trace and Nick.
Yes, sir. And make sure to tune in on Thursday for Max and Hunter's first pregame show. That's going to be the Brewers game. And then, like Alex said, tune in tonight to the postgame show. Trace and Nick are going to be doing that. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to hit like. And Alex, roll the outro.